You can't see it. Welcome everybody out there to what episode is it? I think it's 14. 14. Welcome everybody out there to Divorce Level episode 14. We did not have a topic today. 14. Oh, not 200. 14. 214. Didn't want to shortchange this. 200. We do not have a topic today, but we do have a topic now. Today, the word is limbo.
Limbo, lower now. That could be good too.
There's a couple of the stages of limbo. The beginning stage, you're in the limbo. Do you want to get divorced?
Yeah.
And we can't tell you to get divorced.
No.
And we don't want to tell you to get divorced, but we want you guys to.
We probably have some listeners out there that are so new that they may not have filed it. But hey, I know these guys. I know Rachel and David, and they have a podcast, and I'm just going to listen.
Welcome to the Divorce Devil Podcast, a show tailor-made for those stepping out of the divorce recovery space. Follow your hosts, David and Rachel, as they dive into the all-too-familiar shitstorm of the more than interesting end-of-the-road divorce topics, stories, and discussions. While realizing it can be a trying stage, they have been where you are and understand the struggle. And yes, the struggle is real. They know that recovery can be such a clusterfuck. Check out the podcast if you feel like you're juggling chainsaws, then strap in and hold on for some honesty, authenticity, and hard-in-your-face irrefutable truths. This innovative podcast is not for the faint-hearted, so if you can't handle the certain truths, just keep it moving. If you can, welcome to the show.
And we also talk about relationships in general, getting into new ones, sometimes not even the romantic relationships, having to get rid of some of them when you go through divorce. But I think one of the topics that we don't generally step into is,
do you get divorced? When?
Yeah. Like, how do you know what's the rubrics of getting divorced? Look at that with my concussion.
The
rubrics.
Damn.
You know, when you do like an interview, or I was a theater director and we had a rubrics of, how the act is going. And then whoever had the most score, like the highest score. So like each one was valued.
Maybe there's like divorce breakup rubrics.
Yeah.
So I was saying earlier that we're talking, you weigh the positive, you weigh the negatives, and maybe you assign a point or whatever, but you figure out, can you keep doing this? Will there be a change?
What's your level of importance in things too? Because what I like, even we've talked about love languages, my importance is quality time. If my main goal is more quality time and that person is not willing to give it to me or is unable to, that might be something that I pull the plug for. Where yours might be like, oh, they don't do shit around the house. They don't help me do anything. If I'm in a bind, I have to, and we know that's yours. So if your new partner or your partner that you're in it with, because we evolve during marriage, right? There's different stages of all that. If you realize that it was a facade when you were dating, you finally get married and they stop doing anything.
Damn facades. I hate those facades, man. I do.
God damn it. Okay. So you might be like, hey, wait, what happened to the person that before we were married? Where'd that person go? And so a lot of things that you find important, I think each of us has that own rubrics or that own level of what we'll take and what we won't take. And how do you know?
But let's backtrack again. Once again, we are proponents of marriage.
Yeah.
We want everybody to stay married. Yeah. We're not telling you to get divorced.
No, we're not doing it.
But we're telling you to figure out what you need to do. That's what we're telling you.
Divorce is fucking hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
No, everybody's, it's going to be so much better. I'm going to be so much richer. I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to be independent. Oh, fuck that. You got bills to pay by yourself.
I'm going to take all his money.
Yeah, you're going to be like, I'm sorry, but...
No. Half, Eddie. I'm a American woman now, Eddie. Half.
Yeah. You can get half of that.
Half, Eddie.
Yeah. So I think when we speak of limbo, it really is that someone is unhappy. And again, there's many stages of that. Someone had an affair. Someone did something that was dishonest, or
you just grow apart.
You just don't feel like you belong there anymore. And so you have to decide. And again, I am the worst decision maker ever. I'm so indecisive. Indecisive. That's my new word. And David's looking at himself on the thing. And yes, I'm wearing sunglasses because my dog hit me in the head and I have a black eye. So it's okay.
You talked back to me and I smacked her ass.
That's it.
Yep.
That's not where I have a black eye. That would be a black ass. Do you see how quick I caught that, but I can't make words?
That can go so many different ways sideways with that black ass and just go.
I was invited to the cookout.
There we go.
So I think.
Don't put raisins in the potato salad.
Yeah, no. One does that. And if you do that, you're crazy. No, not in my house. Okay. Not in my family. My family is very like melting pot. There's so many different of us. No, we don't put raisins in shit. I fucking hate raisins, David.
I know. I
like grapes. Yeah. But don't give me no raisin. I don't want no shriveled up shit.
You want the grapes. You don't want the stuff.
I want the grapes. I want them plump grapes.
You want the 25-year-old, not the 67-year-old.
I want it to go. I want that juice.
Yeah, you want it.
God damn it. I love it when we don't have a plan. This is what happens.
Oh my gosh. And once again, never ever stay for the kids.
No.
Because you will resent yourself. You'll resent them from being alive because you stayed. They'll resent you for making their. Everybody's going to be resented.
Oh, yeah. And again, we can't tell you that they're not going to go through a phase where they hate you.
Yep.
Because that happens.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not for everybody because I am a product of divorce as well. And when my parents got divorced, I'm like, hallelujah, amen, the fighting's going to stop. It was just like, woohoo. That's not the case for everybody. And a lot of times kids don't show you how they're upset. But do not stay for someone else.
No.
Do not stay to make someone else happy because if you're living in shit, they're not getting the best version of you.
No.
So a lot of times limbo, you get put in limbo because of that.
Yep.
You have a house, you have property, my work is closer to the house and you have kids and you have pets and you have all that stuff.
There's always so many decisions.
Or a speed bump that says, let's be in limbo. Limbo's easier because right now the bar is really high. And each time that you make that step closer to divorce, it gets lower and lower. And I ain't as flexible as I used to be. And not bad. But that bar getting lower is putting a strain on you.
Yep.
And I think as humans, we want to take care of the people in our lives and we don't want to hurt anybody intentionally. There are some narcissists out there. But I think as a human species, race, whatever you want to call us, we don't want to hurt people. And a lot of times the person that we hurt is ourselves by staying in a situation that's shitty.
It took you a long time to get married. So it should not be a snap decision to get divorced.
Yeah.
You got to really cross your T's and dot your I's and figure out what you want. What's the best thing for you?
Especially if you're at a point where both parties are still willing to talk.
Yep.
If you've gotten to that where have hall sex where you pass each other in the hall and say, fuck you probably need to talk to someone else. Yep. You probably need to go to therapy. You probably don't talk to the friend who's divorced, who's having the best time of her life because misery loves company, right? You need to talk to someone that's neutral. And I think what happens is we skip that. We go right to, I want a divorce. I'm out. And so you take all these rash decisions and then you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that, or I fucked up, or I did that, or whatever. And I think a lot of times if the situation is someone cheated or did something that you don't want to accept anymore, you close off. And so you're stuck in that limbo of, I didn't do it. So there's a lot of different pieces.
The blame game.
That
blame
go
game's
into,
a bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think for right now, like the limbo is, especially early in the divorce, limbo is, how do I make myself better when I feel like such shit? Either because I left or because my person left me. How do I make a decision that's good for me when the decision wasn't made for me? Or I did pull the trigger and say I was done, so now it's my fault. So what's that next step? What's that next? I'm doing this for me. And I really think like mine didn't come until I hit rock bottom. And I had to look in the mirror, like actually look in the mirror alone by myself. My kid was with his dad. I was a part-time parent. I probably wasn't good enough for anybody because I finally walked out. I have all this baggage. I have no money. I have no place to go. It really was.
Divorce is hard.
I've been through so much shit in my life. I can get through this. Yes, it's hard. And yes, there was days where it was just like, damn it.
I was thinking about the other part too. Is that how even let's say you pull the trigger or you're getting ready to pull the trigger, how do you keep the emotions out of the decision? That's tough as hell.
Yeah.
But the less emotions you have in the decisions, the better.
I think that comes I feel like that comes a little later. I feel like once you've hit that rock bottom, because it's all emotions. The only thing I remember like in the beginning was I was an emotional wreck until I had to go to work, or until there was an event, or my kid had something at school. I had to prepare myself to not be emotional. Yes, I had the emotional damage, but I had to fake it till I made it. And that faking it I got good at it until I had a nervous breakdown. Or until the friends, you've lost a lot of weight, you're not eating. My fucking teeth started falling out because I was malnourished and wasn't taking care of myself. I was drinking too much. And I think the true emotion came when I saw my mom in the mirror when I was looking at myself. I am not going to let alcohol define me. I am not going to let my surroundings define me. I'm not going to be the mom that my kids can't rely on. I need to do this. And I think it really was my kids
Pick yourself up.
I don't want them to see that a heartbreak can do this to you, because my kids were dating. My kids are at their new life dating eras. And so I had to show them that if you break someone's heart, or your heart is broken, you can come out of on the other end. And yes, it was a marriage. And there was just so many things that affected me and nobody else that it was almost I was doing it by myself.
So what are the key things that you tell somebody who's thinking about getting divorced? What are some of the key things? What are some of the most important points, as in terms of really take the emotions out, which is hard, to try to save it as much as you can.
First off, go to therapy.
And if that's a wash.
There's so many ways to do therapy now too. You don't have to even see anybody. You can Zoom, you can text therapists, you can do all these things. Just find somebody. Just talk to at work. You have people that you can rely on that can help you get to that. If you don't know how to get a therapist, talk to your boss, talk to that friend, say, hey, I need help. It's okay to ask for help. And I think especially our generation and generations before, we're okay. I'm fine. I'm a man. I can do it. I've been through this. I'm a woman. Hear me roar. Like all these things that we can do by ourselves because we were led to believe that we
sisters are doing it by themselves.
That's called a vibrator.
I think that's a different podcast.
Yeah. And so I think it's okay to ask for help. And I think the other thing is I have to say, I would be like, Rachel, this is your life. This is your adventure. This is your existence. You have to make sure that your soul experiences the best version of whatever this adventure looks like. And that's when I got into journaling.
So you have to be selfish.
You really do. And I think there's different degrees of a lot of things that we say on here. Like selfish can have a degree of you're just an asshole because it's all about you. And that leads to like narcissism and stuff like that. But selfish is a complete sentence. It's okay to not have to do something. It's okay to not want to. It's okay to say you're going to go, you're starting to get ready, you're just not feeling up to you. You know what? The people that I surround myself in my life, if I call and say, I'm just not feeling it, they're like, okay, just let us know if you need anything. I can also be like, I'm not coming. I don't have to make an excuse like, oh, I'm late, there's traffic, the dog threw up. That's all not true. I don't have to do that. And if I had to, then I may reconsider like the group that I'm in. Because whether I'm there or not, you should be able to have a good time. I make it better. But if I decide that I'm not able to add my awesomeness to the event, why would I go?
Yep.
Those days I come home from work, I'm like, nope, I'm going to do less. I'm going to do way less.
Yourself is paramount.
Yeah.
Because you can't take care of others.
Because you got to put your oxygen on first, right?
Yep.
So I think selfish in the manner of I'm doing for myself to be better version of me is different than that yucky version of selfish where it's only about me and I can take but never give. Where this is, I need to give all of 100% for me in order to give you anything.
Yep.
And it's like that. You have to
fill my cup first. Yeah. God, man, I hate it when we think about this at the same time.
And so it's just, I think a lot of times we go through different levels of limbo. My limbo at 20 was way different than my limbo at 50.
Touch your toes.
Yeah. My roller skating limbo in my teens, man, I got a whole thing. But
yeah, back when we were young.
Now, like
When we were young, it was oh Sheila, and now it's damn.
oh Sheila to oh shit.
Yeah. All right, everybody. It's gonna be a short one. Hey, we are back on YouTube. This is our first time on YouTube in over a year, I think. So we're doing the double cameras.
Yeah, David figured out the technology again. Wait, the other thing is too, like, I think once you get divorced, the limbo too is different. So once you're out of the divorce for a while and you do your things, and then there's a different situation that happens, friends, relationships, co-workers, all these things. The limbo's different because you've seen that. You've seen most limbos at our age, right? You've seen most versions. You know the playlist. You know what's going on. You know the star person, the person that's going to try to do better than everybody else, the person that's not really going to give an effort, but they're going to do great anyway. And then there's the, okay, I guess I'll do it.
So does the primary limbo divorce help you with the other limbos that come
I think
later
so.
in life?
And I think it gets you to I won or didn't win. Better luck next time.
Yep.
I think what happens in limbo now is I'm less forgiving of incidences. I'm less forgiving of you being disrespectful. I'm less forgiving of all these things because my life don't bend the same way.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, exactly. Lisa says, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
And I think limbo now more is because at 50, life decisions are different. I'm looking at retirement, hopefully someday. I'm looking at my kids might start having kids, travel, my work life, all these things different than I did even 10, 15 years ago. Hey, am I going out on Saturday night because I don't have my son? No, I'm like, oh, what can I do that I won't hurt my body? What can I do that I can be in bed by 7? Stuff like that. So I think limbo now is, okay, I think we need to elevate the bar as we get older, because it was like, I gotta lower the bar in dating. No, elevate the bar so that if something knocks it down a little bit, you'd be like, oh, you know what? I'm closer to getting it back up there.
You got room for error.
You got room for error. You know, it takes a couple of minutes to work, but I think too, I'm not willing to be hurt by stupidity anymore. I'm not willing to have people disrespect me anymore. And I think it's funny because I can remember people older than me when I was in my 20s and 30s going, that's just how they are. You have to let them be. I'm at that point. Let me be. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. Stop being an asshole. I've had too many people in my life being an asshole. I see your assholery very quickly now. I've read you. I know what's happened. I know who done it. But just, why not just try to be a good human? And I've probably seen a lot of the shenanigans that you're trying to pull, or I'm pretty good at reading characters, and think limbo now is, I'm making a decision for me, not for survival. Because I feel like when I got divorced, it was like, I got to survive. Now I'm doing my own thing. I know I can be independent. I know I can make it on my own. I know I don't need you as a friend because I've got other friends who are so valuable that you're not replacing them. You're just going to add to it. But if you're not going to add to it, if you're not going to add to it, you probably won't get put in the circle.
All right, everybody.
So limbo is look for the pros and cons. Talk to someone. Don't just, if you're just stagnant, that happens in marriage too. And again, be okay with not being okay. Be okay with being in this limbo, but not for too long, because everybody wants to have a good limbo party and show everybody how flexible you are.
And the flexible party doesn't last very long.
No. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, I sneezed, I pulled my back out. Yep. Okay.
All right, everybody. This was our venture back into YouTube.
So you can limbo.
Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
To reality.
Oh, Jesus.
You're welcome.
Here we go.
I shall see.
Everybody have a nice night.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Perfect.
Good job, kid.